At 9 o'clock on a June evening, Aga Ali, a Pakistani living in Fulchester, walked into the Central Police Station and confessed that he was an illegal immigrant. He claimed he was being blackmailed, and after investigation, the police arrested Mohammad Aslam, another local Pakistani, on this charge. He's pleaded not guilty. The case has created considerable interest, particularly among the local immigrant population of the town. Aslam, the accused blackmailer, is in the dock. Ali, who claims he was being blackmailed, is in the witness box.
Believing in the true God above us, and that whatsoever I tell this court will be the truth.
You are Aga Sipet Ali?
I am.
And
Silence! Silence.
I wish to make it quite plain that I shall not tolerate any interruption. This is an English court of law, and if the gallery cannot keep silent, it'll be cleared. Yes, Mr. Golding.
And where do you live?
6 Abbey Mansions.
Mr. Ali, how long have you lived in Fulchester?
Arrived here in 1970.
And before that?
Before that, I was in Kaipur, where I was born.
Which is in Pakistan?
Oh, yes.
And how did you come to this country?
By train across the Middle East and Europe to Holland, and then by a little boat to England.
A little boat?
Yes, that's what I said, little boat.
And how did you arrange this journey?
I went to Karachi and saw the agent of Silver Star Travel.
And did this agent have offices?
No.
He worked from home?
From his shop, actually. He was a kind of pawnbroker.
Members of the jury, as I've already told you, Silver Star Travel is a company which is registered in England. Now, you will recall that I produced extracts from the registered company's house which showed that the accused owned all except 2 of this company's stores. Mr. Ali, were you aware at the time of the accused's involvement in this company?
Aslam. Aslam is a man who hides every possible connection.
Just answer the question, please.
Well, I knew nothing of him then.
What exactly was your agreement with the Silver Star Travel's agent?
For £600, they were to bring me from Kaipur to Fulchester over here, where I have some cousins.
Was the money to be paid in advance?
No, half in advance, the other half within 6 months of arrival.
And was this sum all-inclusive?
Oh, yes.
Now, I wish the jury to be in absolutely no doubt on this point, Mr. Ali. The £600 was to include the entire journey and every stage of it between your hometown and this town.
Correct.
Now, on the long train journey between the Middle East and Europe, you went as an ordinary passenger.
Yes, there are no legal obstacles across Europe. Great Britain is the only country which has these...
Yes, well, never mind that now. Now, what happened when you got to Zandvoort?
We were put into an hotel there.
We?
Yes, there were 8 of us. We had all come together.
A group of 8 led presumably by you?
Yes. Well, we waited in the hotel for 5 days. It was very cold. And then we were told that the next night at 11 o'clock we would meet a boat and that we were to go to a certain stretch of coast where...
Mr. Ali, I must advise you that you have a privilege. And that is not to say anything by which you might incriminate yourself.
Yes, but I am under oath to speak the truth.
You are indeed.
Thank you, my lord. It is a fact. I entered this country illegally. I do not wish to hide this fact.
As you wish.
Now, will you please describe the events on the night that you crossed from Zandvoort?
Well, we were picked up from a lonely spot in the coast by an English fishing boat, and then we were taken across the North Sea and landed in Yorkshire.
And the cost of this North Sea crossing was included in the £600?
Yes, but the master of the boat wanted more money to be paid immediately, or he would not take us to England at all.
Now, at what point did this happen?
When we met him, he said he had not been paid by Silver Star Travel, and that unless each and every one of us gave him £150, he would not take us.
Now, Mr. Ali, did you pay this £150?
Certainly not. We gave him £40, not 1 penny more.
Now, when you reached Fulchester, did you meet someone?
Yes, Mr. Aslam. He met the minibus and took us to a place where he said we should stay.
And what was the accommodation?
1 room.
1 room for 8 of you?
1 room. It had no heating. There was 1 cold water tap on the stairs for all of us. But we could not complain, as we had to lie low for 6 months to become legal here.
I must explain that. Members of the jury, under the law as it then stood, if the presence of an illegal immigrant went unchallenged by the police for 6 clear months, he in effect became legally resident here.
And who was your landlord?
It was a company called Burton Securities. I later found that the directors were a trust and that the beneficiaries of the trust were the children of Mr. Aslam.
It's not disputed.
And was work found for you?
Work you would not give a pig.
Answer the question, please.
In the Blue Indus restaurant, 98 hours per week. I scrub the floors, peel the potatoes, that kind of thing. I'm a Bachelor of Arts.
And how much did you receive for this?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Oh, well, they said they would give us £20 per week, but then £10 was deducted for the £300 debt, £10 for the so-called accommodation. Well,
did you not complain?
Who to? I could not complain. It was a case of the most naked exploitation. Most naked.
Who found you this job?
Mr. Aslam.
Did you subsequently find out who owned the Blue Indus restaurant?
Yes, it was a company called Roxivin Limited, of which the managing director is Mrs. Aslam, the wife of Mr. Aslam.
That is not disputed, my lord.
And the other directors were Mr. Aslam himself and his aunt, Mrs. Cully.
Mr. Aslam appears to be a man of many parts.
Indeed so, my lord. Now, Mr. Ali, what happened after the 6 months were up?
I became a legal citizen. Came out into the open, got a job, worked hard, started to buy a house.
And you married?
Yes, I got married.
And how long did this situation last?
Until June the 11th last year. And then the House of Lords made this ridiculous decision which actually reversed the law and made me illegal again. Liable to be torn from my home, the family, the
Confine
house.
yourself to the question, please.
But it was insane. You cannot make laws which apply in the past. It is not even fair.
May do so. And the law lords found they clearly had done so in this case. Whatever you think of it, that is the law.
Mr. Ali, bearing his lordship's direction to you in mind, what action did you take as a result of this House of Lords decision?
I went to the police.
And? Did you not go to the immigration authority?
Yes, I had to go into hiding again from the police and the immigration authorities.
And while in hiding, did you receive certain letters?
Yes.
Are these the letters?
Yes, they are.
Exhibits 1 and 2, my lord. Photostat copies have been made, if your lordship would allow the jury.
Of course.
I'm obliged, my lord. Members of the jury, you will see when you get your copies that £10 per week is to be paid to Box 5, Queen Street, Fulchester, and in default of prompt payment, I shall be forced to consult the police about you. Mr. Ali, the meaning of this threat was clear to you, was it not?
Oh, yes. Pay up or be deported. And they are anonymous.
I'm sorry. What action did you take?
I went to the police.
You voluntarily gave yourself up?
In order to bring this fat blackmailer to justice.
Even though you knew this could well lead to your deportation?
Oh, yes, and the police soon discovered that everything
I'm afraid you cannot tell us that, Mr. Ali. We shall be hearing from the police themselves in a moment. Thank you.
Mr. Ali, how much are you being paid for this?
What?
Well, isn't it true that you've been retained by a certain Sunday newspaper to give an account of your part in this affair?
I have been approached.
And given a contract?
Yes.
In fact, you've become quite a noted authority on the whole subject of what you call immigrant exploitation, have you not?
Well, I would not say that.
Indeed, Mr. Ali. Well, here is a major article written by you and spread over 3 issues of that same Sunday paper, in which you give a full story of your so-called exploitation in the Blue Indus restaurant. You paint an exciting, not to say highly colourful story in which you've cast yourself in the role of hero. How much were you paid for this?
That is a private matter.
£900, I believe, was the figure. Worth peeling a few potatoes for, I would have thought. What is your occupation?
I am not employed at the moment.
And how long have you been unemployed?
About 1 year.
Yes, and during that year, apart from the 3 items I've just mentioned, you've written 11 other major articles and made 4 fairly substantial television appearances, all of what one might term firebrand issues.
Well, I have not counted.
Well, I have, Mr. Ali, I have. It's quite a lucrative sideline. What is your main line, though?
I told you. I'm not employed.
Ah, yes, so you did. But in fact, isn't the truth of the matter that you become a professional protester? You've marched, sat down, stood up, even gone on hunger strike in Trafalgar Square, always making sure that you are in the limelight.
Where there is social injustice, I believe in action, not words.
Yes, but these words do help your bank balance. Doesn't all this help to push up your newspaper fees?
Oh, my lord, he is attacking my sincerity.
As he is perfectly entitled to do.
But surely it is Aslam who's on trial. Aslam is on trial for blackmail, not me.
Indeed he is, Mr. Alley. So let us turn more specifically to that. Why did you think that those letters constituted blackmail?
Well, it is obvious.
Not to me, Mr. Alley.
Yes, but I was in hiding.
Hiding from the police.
Yes, but...
Yes, because you had broken the law.
Only technically.
You had broken the law.
Originally?
Yes, and now you find yourself outside it again. You see, but all I can read in this letter is a demand for money.
An unjustified demand.
Indeed.
Yes.
You didn't owe Mr. Aslam any.
No.
But you reached the conclusion that he had sent the letters, although they are typed and unsigned.
Well, I suspected.
Indeed, you suspected enough, I believe, to give his name to the police when you yourself gave yourself up. But if you didn't owe him anything, why did you suspect him?
Because he had already exploited me so much.
And you say you are not in his debt?
No, I paid off the full £600.
Ah, yes, but that only paid the overland part of the journey. The crossing from Holland was to be paid for separately, and that had always been a part of the contract.
No.
Well, that was no part of your agreement with Silver Star Travel?
Absolutely not.
The contract was quite specific on that point, was it?
There was no contract.
What do you mean?
There was no written contract. It was all agreed verbally.
Yes, a verbal contract. You see, Mr. Ali, you owe and owed Mr. Aslam money. And the only reason you've dreamed up this charge of blackmail is so you can write a fanciful account for a fat fee.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Then what is the nature of your agreement with this newspaper?
Straight...
what sort of article about this case is specified?
A straightforward account.
Indeed. Now then, is this a copy of your contract with that paper? My lord, I'd like to introduce this as Exhibit 5. It has been disclosed by the prosecution at our request. Now, does this contract not specify that the articles must be about what it feels like to be an illegal immigrant who is being blackmailed?
Yes.
Yes, the word blackmail is actually used.
Yes.
So if blackmail wasn't proved, then the effect would be that this contract would be cancelled, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But if it is proved, how much would you be paid for the article? Read it out for us, Mr. Alley.
£1,400.
Inspector Ormerod, did you direct the investigation which led to the arrest of the accused?
Yes, sir.
And would you give a court the account of your investigation?
On the evening of June the 30th, 1973, Mr. Aga Sibkat Ali came to Fulchester Central Police Station. He made a statement to the desk sergeant to the effect that he was an illegal immigrant. I subsequently interviewed him about it.
And did he say why he was making this surprising statement?
Yes, sir. He produced 2 letters.
And are these the letters in question?
Yes, sir.
Did you make further inquiries as a result of having seen these letters?
At 11:20 the following morning, I visited the address given in the 2 letters. It turned out to be a tobacconist and newsagents, which also ran an accommodation address service.
That is a letter forwarding or box number, sir.
Exactly, sir. I interviewed the proprietor, Mr. Charles Pearson.
Now, as a result of information you received from Mr. Pearson, did you subsequently visit the accused?
I went to his house in Ireland's Lane, Fulchester, on the afternoon of June the 30th, arriving at 3:10 p.m. He denied all knowledge of the 2 letters, but after discussion he admitted he had sent them. As a result of this and further investigations I carried out on July the 2nd, I went again to his house, cautioned him, and arrested him for his offences.
My lord, it has been agreed that the evidence of the first charge for which the accused has already stood trial is admissible.
That's so, is it, Mr. Parsons?
Yes, my lord.
So be it.
Inspector, what was the first charge against Mr. Aslam?
He was charged with aiding and abetting the illegal entry of immigrants into this country, sir, in that he arranged the unauthorised transport of 8 Pakistanis across the North Sea, contrary to the Immigration Act of 1962.
And the other charge you made against Mr. Aslam on July the 2nd is that of blackmail, for which he is on trial today.
Yes, sir.
Now, Inspector, you told us that on the 30th of June, the accused admitted to you that he had sent these letters. Now, was there any other conversation on this occasion?
After he admitted sending the letters, I cautioned him and asked him why he was making these demands. And he said it was a payment for that part of the affair from Pakistan which was still outstanding. I said, if that is so, why do not the letters say so? He did not reply. Then I asked why the letters were anonymous if you were asking for a payment of a lawful debt. He did not reply. Then I asked why the arrangement for payment was such that Mr. Ali wouldn't be able to learn the identity of the man he was to make the payment to if it was for a debt. He did not reply. Then I asked why, if it was a debt, the sum outstanding was not mentioned, and why wait for 2.5 years before asking for it. Again, he made no reply.
Thank you, Inspector.
Inspector, I am right, am I not, in saying you and the immigrant community of Fulchester have been at loggerheads for some years now?
There has been some friction.
Friction? Well, have there not been frequent complaints made against you by that community? Complaints of intimidation, harassment, and even brutality. And did things not reach such a point that in 1969 the Fulchester Immigrants Council actually wrote to the Home Office asking for an inquiry into your conduct?
And there was an inquiry at which I was fully cleared.
Yes, and you resented it.
What?
Or did you not resent it? Do you not resent these charges now? They hardly assist your career, do they?
I get on with my job. There's no time for resentment.
Yes, well, I admire your detachment. Inspector, this Immigration Council, which has caused you so much trouble, which initiated the Home Office inquiry, who is its chairman?
I don't know.
Oh, come now, I think you do.
I do not know who the chairman is.
Well, it is the defendant, Mr. Aslam. And you know that, Inspector.
I knew he used to be.
Oh, I see.
I work from the evidence, and that alone.
Very good. Well, let us examine that claim. Would you look at the photocopy of the two so-called blackmail letters again, please? Now, they contain a simple demand for £10 a week, do they not?
Yes.
And the defendant told you it was a debt, the unpaid part of his fare, in fact.
Yes.
Now, what steps did you take to ascertain if this was true or not? Come along, Inspector. It's a very simple question. How did you test this claim?
It was a cock and bull story.
But you say your case was based on the evidence alone. Very well. On what evidence did you conclude that Mr. Aslam's statement was not true?
The accused could not substantiate it.
But he did explain to you, did he not? But you haven't told us the explanations he gave.
I told you everything he said. I was perfectly fair and unbiased towards him.
Fair and unbiased? Did you ask to see the contract for the trip from Pakistan?
There wasn't one.
It wasn't a written one, but a verbal contract is just as valid in law as you are no doubt very well aware, Inspector. But that wasn't my question. Did you ask to see the contract?
I can't be sure.
Oh, perhaps there might be a note about it in your notebook.
I may have asked. I can't recall it.
But you did see Mr. Aslam's company papers relating to the journey, the Silver Star travel papers?
No, sir.
Why ever not?
I didn't think it was necessary.
Not necessary? Inspector, you astonish me.
There was enough evidence against the accused without going into all that.
Yes. Or could it be you were in such a rush to conclude this case that your investigation could only be called hasty and slapdash?
Quite untrue.
Yes. Well, let's go into that. You took great pains to bring charges as quickly as possible, did you not?
Naturally.
In fact, remarkably quickly. Mr. Ali entered the police station on June 30th, and you had made the arrests and had sewn the whole thing up by July 2nd. 3 days. Now, that's very quick, isn't it?
Some cases are dealt with simply, and others not so simple.
No other reasons for your undue haste?
No.
What case or cases were you employed on?
Routine work.
No one particular case?
Not that I can remember.
Well, I think you do, Inspector. On June 30th, you were in charge of the Longhurst child murder investigation, were you not? A very serious matter where the murderer had not been caught and there was fear that he might strike again. And you actually put that aside to take on this case?
The Longhurst case had reached a stage where my officers had an immense amount of routine information to sift through. I could afford to take a few hours off while they were doing it.
Yes, or could it be your another reason? That is a special reason for wishing to take on this case, no matter how inconvenient it was to you at that time. And that reason involved that thorn in your flesh, Mr. Aslam.
Absolutely not.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. Now, I would like to turn to the matter of your original identification of the defendant.
I didn't identify him, Mr. Pearson did.
Yes, the manager of the shop, quite so.
He described the man to me. Subsequently, he made a positive identification from photographs.
Which you showed him.
Yes, sir.
So you must have recognized Mr. Pearson's original description.
It gave me an idea, yes.
Yes. And was the accused known to you at that time?
Oh, yes.
Yes. You admitted many times before.
Yes.
Yes, of course. And Mr. Pearson's description clearly fitted him.
Yes, I thought it might be him.
What was the description?
Well, he said he was a man about 50, well-dressed in a well-cut suit, with a facial scar on his left forehead.
Yes, which fitted the defendant perfectly.
Yes, sir.
The scar being the main identifying feature.
Yes, sir.
Could I see your notebook, please?
Pardon?
Your notebook, the one you've just put in your pocket. Could I see it? Thank you. Thank you. There's nothing here about a scar. It says, Packy, about 50, well-dressed. Is that the description?
There was more to it.
More to it? The description of a blackmailer for which you've set aside a desperate murder hunt, and you don't take the bother to write down the key identifying feature of the description?
But Mr. Aslam did not deny.
Well, we'll come to what Mr. Aslam said in a moment. What I am concerned about, Inspector, is your extraordinary attitude to this investigation. I mean, for instance, it says here you spent 4 days on the case on June 30th and no less than 14 hours on each day of the 1st and 2nd of July. Admirable zeal, I would have thought, but not leaving you much time for your murder hunt. I thought you said only a few hours here and there.
You said that.
What?
I did not say that. You said it.
Yes, but you agreed.
I believe in getting on with my job.
You see, Inspector, as a result of your personal resentment against Mr. Aslam, you have neglected to give us his answers to your vital questions, have you not?
I've told you everything he said.
Oh, no, Inspector. When you asked him why the letters made no mention of the debt, why they were anonymous, why he wished to conceal his identity, why the demand for the debt has waited for so long, he replied, secrecy is necessary to protect Mr. Ali, you understand, otherwise he might be found out and deported.
No, sir, he did not reply to any of those questions.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the jury will have its own ideas about that. No questions.
Do you wish to re-examine Mr. Golding?
Only briefly, my lord. Inspector, were you in the least motivated by prejudice in this investigation?
Not the slightest, sir.
Your examination was based solely on the evidence.
Yes, sir.
And were you completely cleared by the inquiry that has been referred to of any suggestion of improper conduct?
Totally, sir.
Inspector, have you the exceptional distinction of having been awarded the Queen's Police Medal and having been 5 times commended by your Chief Constable? And are you, in 10 days' time, moving to Bossenden as the Chief Inspector?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Inspector.
I'd be obliged if you would remain in court, Inspector. It may be that I shall have some questions to ask you myself.
The case of the Queen against Aslam will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. At 9 o'clock on a June evening, Aga Ali, a Pakistani living in Fulchester, walked into the Central Police Station and confessed that he was an illegal immigrant. He claimed he was being blackmailed with exposure to the police. The police arrested the man who had arranged his journey from Pakistan, Mohammad Aslam, on this charge. He's pleaded not guilty and raised the defence that the money demanded was part of the fare from Pakistan which Ali had never paid. We return to the hearing as the prosecuting counsel begins his examination of the master of the boat which brought the illegal immigrants across the English Channel.
What is your religion?
Church of England.
Take the book in your right hand and read aloud the words on the card.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Your name is Thomas William Wheeler, and you are a fisherman living at the Lee Lighthouse Road, Whitby, in Yorkshire.
That's right, sir, yes.
How long have you been a fisherman, Mr. Wheeler?
All my life.
Do you work alone?
No, my brother comes along with me.
Just the two of you?
Yes, sir.
And what do you fish for?
Cod, plaice, anything that comes up, nothing particular. My wife sells it direct from my garage and door to door.
Oh, a small business, then?
Yes, just the three of us and one boat. A little boat.
Now, Mr. Wheeler, I'd like you to recall the events of March 1970, when you were involved in another activity besides fishing. You know what I'm referring to, don't you?
Bringing them Pakistanis over.
Precisely, yes. Now, I would like you to tell the court exactly how you came to be involved in all that.
Well, I got this here phone call and this bloke said, would I be interested in a bit of business that has nothing to do with fishing?
Did he say what?
No, he didn't. He said, could we meet? Well, he didn't say it was anything illegal, and the catch had been very poor for weeks, so I...
So you arranged to meet him?
Yes, that's right. I met him the following day. He was waiting at my boat. He knew which was my boat, and he seemed to know a lot about me. And we just sat there, talking like.
And he made a business proposition?
Yes, that's right. He said, could I bring these coloured gentlemen over at night, just across the water?
And did he say how many coloured gentlemen?
He said about 8.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Wheeler, I want you to be very careful about this. What precisely was his financial offer?
£100 each.
He would pay you £100 for each of these passengers, of whom there were probably going to be 8.
Yes, sir.
And how was it to be paid?
Half down and half when it was over.
Cash?
Oh, yes. My wife insisted on cash.
And when exactly was the first payment to be made?
Just before I was to leave to pick him up.
Now, how long before?
Well, he didn't exactly say.
But you accepted the offer?
Well, he was such a nice sort of bloke.
And did the first payment arrive as you'd expected?
No, it didn't. He telephoned me only 3 hours before I was due to leave for Holland. He said he couldn't get up to Whitby and that I was to get the money off the Connell gentleman and they would get it back off him. Well, I didn't like that. And when I met the gentlemen, they didn't like it either.
Yes, you met your passengers and you told them that they must pay you?
Yes, sir.
£100 per head?
Well, actually, I asked for £150.
Why was that, Mr. Wheeler?
Well, my wife thought it would be better. She knew they'd beat me down.
And did this happen?
Well, actually, they beat me down to £40. There was this loud-mouthed gentleman who got very angry and started to have a bust at my boat up. And my brother and him had a punch-up in it.
There was a fight?
Well, not a fight exactly. I got a bit, well, I saw red, you know, and I hit him at the back of the head with a landing up.
So they paid you £40 per head. And did you ever get the balance of the £60 a head from the accused?
No.
Now, I want you to be very careful about this, Mr. Wheeler. The arrangement of the passengers paying you themselves was a last-minute one, was it?
Yes, sir.
And until 3 hours beforehand, the arrangement had been that you should be paid direct by Mr. Aslam out of his own funds.
That is correct, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler. You've been most helpful.
Mr. Wheeler, would you describe yourself as a straightforward sort of a man?
Well, I suppose so.
Yes, I mean, out in your boat all day long, mercifully free from the rat race. I mean, no one could accuse you of having a worldly or cynical mind.
Suppose so.
Yes. You see, I suggest to you, Mr. Wheeler, with all respect, that you're really a bit of an innocent, and that the financial arrangements were not nearly so clear-cut as you've just described.
Well, I wouldn't want to give the wrong idea.
No, of course not. That's exactly what I mean. You see, I put it to you that Mr. Aslam never contracted to pay you himself at all, at any stage.
Could be.
What?
Could be.
But you just said to my learned friend that you're to be paid half before you left, and half on completion.
Well, that's what I asked for.
Oh, asked for? But did he not agree?
Well, he seems such a nice coloured gentleman.
Yes, but who was to pay you?
Him?
You're absolutely sure about that?
No.
You're not sure?
Well, it was such a long time ago.
Yes, indeed it was, Mr. Wheeler. 3 years. Which of us can remember things that happened so long ago?
That's right, yes.
In fact, the arrangement might all along have been that the passengers were to pay you themselves. Quite a separate arrangement from that with Mr. Aslam.
Yes.
That was the arrangement.
Well, it could have been, couldn't it?
Yes. Thank you. No further questions.
So, Mr. Aslam wasn't to pay you half before you set out?
Yes.
Yes, he wasn't, or yes, he was?
No.
Look, Mr. Wheeler, you've just told my learned friend that the arrangement could have been that the passengers were to pay you direct.
Well, that's what happened.
Yes, I know that's what happened, but was that the original arrangement?
I've just explained all that.
Mr. Wheeler, the pink-coloured gentleman who is standing is seeking to show that your passengers don't owe the brown-coloured gentleman any money for the fare. Now, can you cast any light on that?
I'd like to.
I'm sure you would, but are you able to?
I'm not sure.
Mr. Wheeler, would it be true to say that it is all so long ago you're no longer sure what the arrangements were?
Yes.
Thank you. You may go.
But he owes me £480.
You may go.
Thank you very much, sir.
And thank you very much, my lord. I now call Inspector James Mortlock.
Inspector James Mortlock, please.
Inspector Mortlock, you were a member of Scotland Yard's fraud squad, and you specialise in the scrutiny of books and accounts and the structure of companies under investigation.
That is correct.
Now, in July of last year, were you consulted by the Fulchester CID about the affairs of a company called Silver Star Travel?
I was.
And what sort of company is it?
It's a small private company operating from a shop off Fulchester High Street and trading mainly as a travel agency for package tour holidays.
Now, did you make a detailed examination of its records for 1969 and 1970 with particular reference to a journey from Pakistan to this country?
I did, sir. There is no trace at all of such a journey. However, I also examined a series of small back account books which were found in a safe at the defendant's house and obtained therefrom under search warrant. Each book covers a calendar year.
And do you produce the book covering the year 1970?
I do.
Exhibit 6, my lord. My learned friend has had the opportunity to examine it, and there are photostat copies of sections of it for your lordship and the jury. Now, what exactly are these books, Inspector?
They are rough notes or memoranda kept by the defendant, sometimes in the form of accounts of various transactions entered into by companies with which he is associated. They are mostly in English, but some notes are in Urdu, which I understand is the native language of the accused. There are also sections and individual pages referring to property he owns, a laundromat, travel firm, various tax matters, a restaurant, a string of ice cream vans, and a small toffee factory.
Now, is there any reference to the journey in this book?
Yes, on page 141. Now, halfway down this page, there is the heading Kaipur, which is a town in Pakistan. And then there is a list of the various stages of the journey between Kaipur and Great Britain with the cost alongside.
Now, do you see any reference to a crossing from Zandvoort to Whitby?
Yes, after the itinerary has got as far as Holland, there then occurs the word Kashti, which is Urdu for a ferry. And then the figure £100 in the pounds column beside it.
Yes, the total cost is worked out at the bottom of the page, is it not?
Yes, it comes to £490. The defendant then has written £600, say £110.
Yes, the £490 being the cost to him, the £600 being what he would charge, leaving £110 profit.
That's how I saw it.
Now, let us get this quite clear. The cost of this crossing was included in the £600.
Yes.
So any subsequent demand for money over and above this sum could not be for the crossing.
That is it.
No. Are there any further references to the journey in other notebooks?
None whatsoever.
Thank you, Inspector.
Inspector, do you speak Urdu?
No, sir.
So you've obtained translations of certain passages of these books?
No, sir, we employ qualified translators. The translation is absolutely accurate.
Yes, but was the translator also an accountant?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
Well, then you've never met him.
No, sir.
Well, how did you communicate then?
I had certain pages photographed and then marked the passages that I wanted translated, and he or she then provided it.
He or she? You didn't even know that?
Urdu is the same language to men and women, I believe, sir.
Not my point, Inspector. So this translator only ever saw the marked passages. He never saw or discussed with you the book as a whole.
There was no need. I am the detective, not him.
Or her. Quite so. Now, would you please turn to page 312 of the 1970 book? I have a photocopy here. Now, the bottom half there, you tell us, is in a language called Urdu. Now, what does that mean?
I did not commission a translation on this page.
Well, why not?
There was no need.
Well, how can you possibly say that if you don't know what it means?
It's all in figures. There are no figures, it's all in longhand. I was searching for figures and the cost of the crossing and whether it was paid for.
Do you know whether or not in Urdu numbers are written not in figures but in words?
I should have to take advice on that.
Well, you don't know.
We employ experts, sir. I myself have...
So you don't know, Inspector?
I do not speak Urdu, sir.
No, you don't know then?
No.
Well, I'll tell you. It's not true. They use the same system that we do. But the fact is that you didn't know. Now, this page could have contained something referring to the journey from Holland, or indeed to the case of blackmail itself.
There are over 400 pages in that notebook, sir, and there are 10 books. We'd found the figures we wanted. There was no need to look any further.
Indeed, well, we shall see. You've described these books as rough notes and jottings. They are by no means properly kept accounts, are they?
No, sir.
And they're not dated apart from the year, that is.
That is correct, sir.
So you don't know whether these figures are not estimates rather than accounts?
I can say, sir, that they are not.
Now, what makes you so sure about that?
Well, we checked the rail costs for the Middle East sections of the journey, sir, and they are absolutely correct.
But anyone could find that out.
On the 2 pages before the entry and 3 pages after, there are other sets of figures relating to the ice cream business and the laundromat. These figures were checked with the published accounts of the 2 companies concerned, and they proved to be the actual figures to a penny, yes. Not estimates.
But actual figures before and after in no way prove that the figures in between are also actual, do they?
Well, they give a pretty fair indication.
Yeah, but they don't prove it.
It is perfectly clear.
Do they prove it?
Well, not directly,
no,
no.
Exactly, they don't prove it. But then you are not an accountant, are you, Inspector?
No, I'm not a chartered accountant, no.
Well, what accountancy qualifications do you in fact hold?
We receive training in many aspects of accountancy on special police courses.
But no qualifications at all.
I'm a policeman.
Precisely. Not an accountant.
No.
Thank you. Mr. Aslam, would you describe yourself as a wealthy man?
I am successful.
Mr. Aslam, the question was, are you wealthy?
I am.
Are you introducing your client's wealth to show that he would have no financial reason to practice blackmail?
Yes, my lord.
Then perhaps you'll be specific about it. Wealth is a vague term.
Well, my lord, my client had strong reservations about his business affairs being made any more public than necessary for reasons which will appear later.
Well, it's a matter for you, Mr. Parsons. There's no point in mentioning money at all unless we're going to be specific about it. It's a waste of time.
Your lordship pleases. Mr. Aslam, what is the value of your combined assets?
I do not know.
Your income, then?
My income last year was £19,000.
And you are also associated with a number of charitable concerns, I believe.
Yes, I give my spare time to the Fulchester Immigrant Council, of which I'm chairman. That is my chief concern, but I'm also a council member of several youth clubs, sporting clubs, and that sort of thing.
Yes. How long have you been associated with the Fulchester Immigrants Council?
Oh, 16 years. I was a founder member.
What are its objects?
To help immigrants.
Yes, but in what way?
Anyway, dealing with the authorities for them, arranging mortgages, coping with language problems, filling in forms, sometimes direct financial help.
So would it be true to say that for virtually 16 years you have given all your spare time to helping your fellow immigrants in difficulties?
Yes.
And that blackmailing them for trivial sums simply doesn't make sense, both from a moral and financial viewpoint.
That is completely correct.
Yes. Now, Mr. Aslam, you've heard the prosecution state a number of grounds why they think that you are guilty of this charge.
Yeah.
There is the question of the letters that you sent to Mr. Ali.
Yes.
Now, why in those letters did you not say that the money demanded was for a debt? And why did you send them anonymously?
Mr. Ali should know what that was for. And the debt was an illegal one, so I did not wish to identify myself should the letters fall into the wrong hands. Besides, I feel it to be good business practice always to stay at arm's length.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, in all my businesses, I act through an intermediary or at a distance. It is good business practice.
So the anonymity was nothing unusual?
Not at all.
No. Now, how much was Mr. Ali's total debt to you?
£60.
Then-
Owed to Mr. Wheeler, actually.
Yes. Then the £10 a week would only be paid for 6 weeks.
Yes.
Now, why did you not mention this in the letter? Why did you not mention in the letter the £10 would only be for 6 weeks?
For the same reason. I did not wish to give any clues should the letter fall into the wrong hands.
Yes. Now, there is mention of a threat to go to the police.
Only to ask advice about how to recover a bad debt.
Yes, so there was no threat implied about telling the police of Mr. Ali's hiding place.
Of course not. And it does not say that. These charges of blackmail are stupid, brought deliberately to make a colourful story so that he can sell it to the highest price.
Well, we'll never mind about that now. But did you have difficulty in finding where his hiding place was?
Not at all. Everyone knew where he was.
What do you mean?
He was staying at his cousin's. Everyone knew that. And there was no real threat to him. There is no real risk of deportation. It's very slight.
Members of the jury, under recent regulations, the Home Secretary may use his discretion over deportation and take note of any compassionate grounds.
Yes, my lord. And here is much compassionate grounds. Mr. Ali is married. He has a family. He is using these words, in hiding and deportation, as colour to his article. There was no real threat, even if the police...
Mr. Ali, you will remain silent. This is a point I can deal with in my summing up. Let's pass on to other matters, Mr. Parsons.
As you please, my lord. Well, let us turn to the journey from Pakistan, Mr. Aslam, the one you arranged for Mr. Ali.
Yes.
What were the financial arrangements?
£600 to cover the entire trip, except for the North Sea crossing.
Yes, the crossing was not included.
No,
Now, why was that?
because I did not know then how much it would cost. Apparently it varies from week to week according to how dangerous is the risk of being caught. 1 week it may be £50, the next 500.
Yes, I see. Now, I must turn and ask you about your arrangements with Mr. Wheeler.
Oh, dear me.
Yes, quite so.
Well, the arrangements always was that the passengers should pay him direct themselves.
But you did telephone him just 3 hours before he left for Holland.
Only to say I could not get to Whitby myself.
So during that conversation on the phone, you never made any change in the financial arrangements?
Not at all.
No. Now, you've heard Mr. Wheeler say...
I don't think we should pay much regard to Mr. Wheeler's evidence. He so commendably stated he could not remember.
Yes, but, my lord, I do think it might help the jury.
Well, it's up to you, Mr. Parsons. It's really a waste of time.
Your lordship pleases. Mr. Aslam, a few weeks ago you were convicted of aiding and abetting the illegal entry of some of your fellow immigrants into Great Britain.
Yes,
Now, will you please tell us why you did this?
I was sorry for them.
Yes. You wanted to help them.
Yes. They all had relatives here, and those relatives came to see me through the immigrant council. They were all most distressed. All of these men were Commonwealth citizens, and in my view have a moral right to the protection of the law.
Let's not go into the moral rights. All I want to establish is that you did this to help them.
Yes.
Yes, you didn't do it as a business venture.
Oh, no. I lost money on it.
You lost money.
Yes.
How much did you lose?
£23.63p on each person.
But you're a careful businessman.
I miscalculated.
Now, you have seen the private account books for 1970, which have been brought in evidence.
Yes.
Now, it contains a calculation which could imply a profit.
That was my very first estimate. It means nothing. I have told the police.
Yes, but it did include a figure for the crossing from Zandvoort.
A guess?
Which turned out to be correct.
I often am.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Aslam. Now, Mr. Aslam, is it not a fact that you have been honoured 4 times by the city of Fulchester for your voluntary work among immigrants?
Yes.
Yes. And is it also true that the conviction brought against you for helping your fellow countrymen into the country is the only conviction you've ever had brought against you?
Yes.
And is your wealth and income such that blackmail for such trivial sums is ludicrous?
Yes.
And is the charge of blackmail now brought against you totally without foundation?
It most certainly is.
Thank you, Mr. Aslam.
Then will you tell us, Mr. Aslam, why in 1948 in Pakistan you were imprisoned and served 3 years hard labour?
Oh, my lord, that is totally inadmissible.
Well, I must admit that I am surprised too, but as you put in the good character of your client, Mr. Golding is at liberty to challenge it if he feels he has grounds.
It's a conviction in a foreign court outside the jurisdiction of the English law.
Oh, it's quite admissible, Mr. Parsons. Any foreign conviction would be. And anyhow, Pakistan law is basically English law, and 1948 was almost identical to it. As you, Mr. Golding, you have the relevant papers.
I have a certified copy of the entry in the Calais District Court of Sessions record, my lord. In fact, I have several copies. But in any case, I am entitled to ask Mr. Aslam whether it is true.
Yes, please continue.
Mr. Aslam, will you tell the court what the charge was for which you were convicted?
No, my lord, I must protest most strongly. In 1948, the Pakistani legal system had severed itself from the English law. They went their own way, and independence, which was surely at least a year before.
Mr. Parsons, it is admissible.
What was the charge?
It is a complex matter which cannot easily be explained.
Was the charge blackmail?
But the circumstances were so completely different.
It was blackmail, wasn't it?
Yes.
The case of the Queen against Aslam will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. At 9 o'clock on a June evening, Aga Ali, a Pakistani living in Fulchester, walked into the Central Police Station and confessed that he was an illegal immigrant. He claimed he was being blackmailed with exposure to the police, and after investigation, the police arrested the man who had arranged his journey from Pakistan, Mohammad Aslam, on this charge. He's pleaded not guilty. We returned to the hearing shortly after the prosecution counsel had established that Aslam had previously served a term of imprisonment for blackmail, which had attempted to hide from the court.
My lord, I now have had an opportunity of consulting my client on the matter of his 1948 conviction. He wishes to apologize for misleading your lordship and the jury for stating that he had no convictions prior to 1973. This is because he genuinely believed that any conviction outside the jurisdiction of the English courts of law did not count. He now realizes that this is indefensible and wishes to apologize for misleading the court. And, of course, he realizes that he must now answer questions on this matter.
Very well. Mr. Golding.
Mr. Aslam, will you tell us, please, the circumstances of your 1948 conviction?
Well, I was a young man, and I got caught up with some very bad sorts. We demanded money from a black market man.
The black market? What was this man dealing in?
Butter. He was buying and selling butter on the black market.
So he was breaking the law.
Oh, yes.
And you threatened him with exposure to the police unless he paid you money.
Yes, but there were 5 of us. I was only one of 5.
And how did you come to be exposed and convicted?
He was cleverer than us. Also, he was Assistant Chief Magistrate of Khalid District.
Oh, I see.
My lord, this is the complete story, and I have no other convictions. I realize the unfortunate similarity to what I am now being charged, but I came to this country because I wish to turn over a completely new leaf from all that.
Well, let us see how far you have succeeded. You gave us a list of your businesses, Mr. Aslam.
Yes.
Was it exhaustive?
I do not understand.
Well, you mentioned a dazzling array. A laundromat, ice cream vans, insurance, private hostels, confectionery factory, snack bar, minibus, petrol service station, market stalls, and some slot machines. Now, is that all?
And a funeral service.
Is that all?
I think so.
You think so?
Yes, I'm sure it is.
What about the Crown Finance Company of Colchester?
Oh, yes.
Ah, yes, you remember now. You forgot to mention that, didn't you?
I was including that in the insurance company.
Is it an insurance company?
Not strictly...
No, it is a money-lending company, isn't it? And a mortgage company.
Yes.
And is it not a fact that the majority of applicants to your immigration council seeking advice on where to get mortgages are referred to it?
Some are.
The majority?
Perhaps.
And who refers them?
Sometimes it is...
You do, don't you? You personally refer them to the Crown Finance Company, and you do not tell them that it is your own company. And how much interest do you charge them? Oh, take your time, Mr. Aslam.
There is a sliding scale.
Mostly sliding upwards, I understand. I have here the deed of a mortgage you granted to a Mr. Singh Patan in 1968 for £3,000, and here's another for £3,500 granted to Mr. Ali on his house in Britholm Street. And the rate of interest quoted on both is 18%. 18%, Mr. Aslam.
Many mortgages are almost at that figure.
They are now, yes, but in 1968 it was grotesque.
Not under the circumstances.
It was not gross exploitation?
No.
Your fellow immigrants, your fellow Pakistanis, who presumably have a great deal of difficulty in getting mortgages, come to you in good faith and you charge them way over the standard rate.
It is business. There is a risk. It is supply and demand.
Exactly so. And if the demand is great enough, you can charge whatever you like. The sky's the limit.
You do not understand.
I think we do, Mr. Aslam. I think we understand with blinding clarity.
In all of my ventures, I believe you must make a small profit, however small. My lord, it is to do with the self-respect and the dignity of the men you are dealing with.
And the 98 hours a week for a pittance in a restaurant, was that to do with the dignity and self-respect of the unfortunate immigrants you had over a barrel? I can see it must have been good business practice. I put it to you that it was exploitation of the very worst sort. Exploitation of men who can have no say in the matter, who cannot complain, and who are in a situation which they cannot go to the police about, and whom, in fact, you have totally in your power.
This is the grossest twisting of the facts.
Oh, is it, Mr. Aslam? Is it indeed? And is that why you threatened to expose Mr. Ali to the police if he did not pay up?
I have already said that was to obtain advice about debt payment.
But a man with your experience of small businesses over 22 years and the greatest variety of them, surely you must know by heart the laws and procedures as to the collection of small debts.
Oh, no.
You seriously expect us to believe that?
Yes, if a debt was owed to any of my companies, the manager of that particular company dealt with it. I never dealt with things like that myself.
Your solicitor, then, could he not have advised you?
About an illegal debt?
But surely the same argument applies to the police, if not more so. You surely couldn't have asked them.
On the contrary, they are almost most helpful. Walk into any police station and they will advise you about anything. And they do not press you to give names and details like that.
And this threat of exposure to the police of Mr. Ali's whereabouts was nowhere in your mind when you wrote this?
No.
You are certain of that?
It is the truth.
Then listen to this phrasing, Mr. Aslam. Listen to what you actually wrote. In default of prompt payment, I shall be forced to consult the police about you. Not forced to consult the police about it, Mr. Aslam, but about you.
No, that is complete nonsense. You are giving the letter a meaning it does not have.
Well, that seems to be a matter of opinion, doesn't it? I'm sure the jury will be able to decide about that. Now, this matter of your alleged wealth and your income. I've been provided with some of your books and accounts and balance sheets, Mr. Aslam. They're all kept most admirably and in the fullest detail.
It is good business practice.
You never delay. You believe in accuracy and punctuality.
Yes?
Then why did you delay 2.5 years before making this demand?
What?
Come now, it's a perfectly simple question. You believe in promptness. Now, this debt of £60 was incurred in 1970. Now, Mr. Ali was clearly in a position to pay you the whole of this debt in both 1971 and 1972. So why delay pressing your claim until 1973?
I cannot say.
You cannot say. 2.5 years delay, and you cannot say why? Come now, Mr. Aslam, the reason is perfectly plain, is it not?
My lord, perhaps I can help you. I have advised my client about the rules of evidence with particular regard to hearsay. That is why he's being most punctilious in not answering this question. My next witness is Mrs. Aslam, who will explain the delay for the demand.
But since Mr. Aslam...
My wife was threatened. That is the reason.
Threatened by whom?
It is quite proper for you to tell us.
By Mr. Wheeler.
Wheeler, the master of the boat?
Yes. He came to Fulchester in July. He came to my house. There was violence.
You were not present?
Oh, no.
Now, when did you find out about this violence?
When I returned about an hour after. That is why I immediately wrote to Mr. Wheeler asking for money to pay to... I immediately wrote to Mr. Ali asking money to pay to Mr. Wheeler.
But surely with this risk of violence and all the rest of it, surely you could have paid Mr. Wheeler yourself and then, if necessary, got the money back from Mr. Ali.
Oh, no, that would not be good business practice.
But you did not owe the money.
That is correct.
Then why did you demand it? Why did you not refer Mr. Wheeler to Mr. Ali?
I felt I had to do something to help.
You felt you had to do something to help. Really, Mr. Aslam, you astonish me. After all we've heard this afternoon about your various business practices, do you seriously raise your own moral standards as a defense?
Yours may be different.
I hope they are.
Mr. Golding.
I apologize, my lord. I assume we shall be hearing from Mrs. Aslam precisely how serious this threat to her was.
Indeed you will.
In that case, my lord, I have no further questions.
I have the re-examination, my lord.
You may return to the dock, Mr. Aslam.
Thank you, my lord.
I call Mrs. Rosemary Aslam.
Rosemary Aslam, please.
You are Mrs. Rosemary Aslam, and you live with the defendant at Highlands Road, Fulchester.
Yes.
How long have you been married, Mrs. Aslam?
12 years.
Are there any children?
Yes, 4.
Mrs. Aslam, would you care to give your evidence sitting?
No, thank you.
Very well, then please speak up so the jury can hear you.
Yes.
Now, Mrs. Aslam, I see you have a mark on your cheek.
It's a scar.
Yes, can you please tell us how you received that?
A man came to the door.
Yes?
He said he wanted to see my husband. I told him he wasn't in. He said he would wait, but I said no, he couldn't.
Now, let's be quite clear about this. When was this?
One day last summer.
Yes, can you be a little more exact than that?
Well, July the 21st.
Yes, thank you. So the man rang the bell, or did he knock?
He rang the bell.
Yes. And you answered, and he asked for your husband, and you said he wasn't in. What happened then?
He became violent. He started shouting and banging things about. He pushed past me into the house and started knocking things over.
Yes, did you recognize him?
No, I didn't.
Never seen him before?
No.
Now, did he say why he wanted to see your husband?
Something to do with some money he owed him.
Did he say what for?
Something about a boat.
Did you know what he was talking about?
No, I don't know anything about my husband's business affairs.
I see. So this man pushed his way into the house and started knocking things over.
Yeah, well, into the hall this was. He went into the hall. It's really a room with furniture, you know. I tried to stop him. I got hold of him. But he was very strong and he was shouting. He went quite mad. Anyhow, he pushed me against this cabinet thing my husband has. It's got china in it and that sort of thing. And I cut my face on it.
Yes. Exactly how did you do that?
Well, it has sharp edges, you know, on the top.
And they made this nasty scar you have there.
Yes.
Yes. Did it bleed?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, what happened then?
Well, when he saw what he had done...
What did I do? She's lying. It's absolute lies.
Quiet, Mr.
But my
Wheeler.
lord, it's a load of lies, is that?
Unless you are silent, I'll have you removed. Sit down.
Ah, Mrs. Aslam, when he saw what he'd done...
It seemed to quieten him down. He said to tell my husband he'd been and he wanted his money and he'd be back. Then he went.
Yes, and of course when your husband came home you told him all about this.
Yes.
So what did he do?
He went straight to his room and I heard him typing the letter to Mr. Ali.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Aslam. No further questions.
He didn't take you to a doctor, Mrs. Aslam?
No.
It looks as though it must have been a very nasty gash to me. Why didn't you go to a doctor?
It had stopped bleeding by then.
And you never saw a doctor about it at any stage?
No.
Curious. Well, when did it stop bleeding?
Oh, after he left.
Immediately after he left?
Well...
Half an hour after?
Before my husband came back.
Why didn't you go to a doctor yourself, or a hospital for that matter, immediately after the incident?
I was frightened. I didn't want to cause a fuss.
Oh, but you phoned the police, of course.
No.
Why ever not?
I didn't think of it.
A man bursts into your house, a complete stranger, he assaults you, he smashes up all your furniture, and it doesn't occur to you to call the police?
I was waiting for my husband.
Before deciding what action to take?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you phone him?
I didn't know where he was.
But he must have some sort of central office or secretary where he may be contacted.
Don't think so.
You don't think so? You don't know?
He does it all from here. I mean, from home. Please don't shout up.
So you waited an entire hour in your smashed house with a bleeding face, doing nothing but waiting for your husband?
I cleared it up. It was in a terrible mess. I cleared it all up. He would have been angry to have seen all that.
Are you happily married, Mrs. Aslam?
Don't know what you mean.
Well, some marriages are happy and successful, and others are not.
Yes, it is.
It is a happy marriage.
Yes.
Plenty of give and take.
Well, my husband's a businessman. He works very hard indeed. I clean his house for him. Besides...
Yes?
Well, he believes that the husband should not discuss business with his wife.
And you accept this?
I'm his wife.
I notice you took the oath as a Muslim.
Yes.
What religion were you brought up in?
Methodist.
And you changed it on your marriage?
Yes.
Now, in Islam, I believe there is a strong emphasis on the absolute obedience of a wife to her husband.
There is.
Even to the point of lying on oath? Well, let me put it another way. I suggest to you that Mr. Wheeler did come to your house and that he was very angry, but that you were not hurt on that occasion. Now, I suggest that your husband put you up to this whole story and that the injury was sustained on another occasion altogether, but that he suggested, or rather told you to say, that it was caused by Mr. Wheeler.
Don't shout up.
Is it not true?
No.
How on earth could you possibly know who your husband was writing to?
What?
Well, you say that when you told him what had happened, he immediately went into his study and wrote to Mr. Ali.
I heard him typing.
But what made you think this was due to this alleged assault? After all, he hadn't taken much notice of your injuries, had he?
He was writing a letter.
But you said to Ali.
Well, he told me it was to Ali. He told me after. He said it was for the money.
Oh, then he does discuss his business affairs with you.
Well, just this once, yeah, he was so upset.
At your injury?
Yes, no, at everything.
But you didn't know who Ali was.
I'd heard of him.
In connection with business?
No, in the papers. He was often in the papers. I knew who he was. He told me the money was owed by Ali.
Your husband bullies you, doesn't he, Mrs. Aslam? And he bullied you into lying here today. How does he bully you? Does he shout at you? No further questions, my lord.
No examination, my lord.
Thank you, Mrs. Aslam. You may leave the witness box.
My lord, when I cross-examined the witness Wheeler, I was unaware that this alleged assault was the reason to be put forward for the sending of these letters after 2.5 years' delay. With your lordship's permission, I should like to recall Mr. Wheeler.
Mr. Parsons?
No objections, my lord.
Mr. Wheeler, will you please enter the witness box again? I must remind you that you are still on oath.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wheeler, did you visit the accused's house on July the 21st last year?
Yes, I did. I got fed up with not being paid properly and put off with this excuse and that. He never answered my letters. So I just got on a train and came down to Fulchester and turned up at the house just like she said. But I did not assault her, strike her, hit her, break anything, and none of that nonsense.
You did get angry.
Well, wouldn't you?
Did you get angry, Mr. Wheeler?
Yes, I did get fed up, steamed up a bit. But there was none of that, and what she was saying, I never touched her.
You saw no sign of injury to her face?
I saw none.
And you certainly didn't see any blood?
Absolutely not. I never got past the door. She just stood there saying that I couldn't see him and didn't know where he was, and all that. Now, I admit I shouted at her, and perhaps I banged the door, and then I went off.
You never entered the house?
No, she had one of these chains on, where the door opens a few inches. We just stood staring at each other through the crack.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler.
You are a violent man, are you not, Mr. Wheeler?
Me? I don't know what you mean.
Well, I mean, you've admitted losing your temper from time to time. You yourself describe it as seeing red.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Or didn't you strike Mr. Ali in the back of the head with a landing hook during a fracas on your boat?
Yes, but I'd have known if I got in the house all right.
You see, I suggest to you that you turned up at the Aslam's house in a fair old temper. And when Mr. Aslam wasn't there and Mrs. Aslam seemed not to be very helpful, you lost it completely.
No.
You did smash the furniture about, and you did, perhaps accidentally, cause Mrs. Aslam to fall against the cabinet as she is described.
If I gashed a woman's face, if I'd have done that, what she's got on her face, I'd remember it till Bull's noon.
Whatever that means. No further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Wheeler.
Thank you. You may go.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it falls to me to instruct you as to the law in this matter. The charge of blackmail, on which the defendant stands accused, is laid down in the Theft Act of 1968 as follows. A person is guilty of blackmail if, with a view to gain for himself, he makes an unwarranted demand with menaces. And for this purpose, a demand with menaces is unwarranted unless the person making it does so in the belief that A, he has reasonable grounds for making the demand, and B, that the use of the menaces is a proper means of reinforcing that demand. Now, the defense does not deny the demand was made, but says Mr. Aslam believed he had real grounds for making the demand and did not employ menaces within the meaning of the Act. Now, in assessing that defense, you will no doubt take account of the fact that the alleged payment demanded was for an illegal service, namely the means of illicit entry into this country. You might then think that this demand could in no way be called reasonable. You might also think that even if the defendant had real grounds for demanding payment, it is unlikely that he would expose his organization to the scrutiny of the police in seeking their cooperation for the recovery of a bad debt. It is up to you to decide on the basis of the facts alone whether the prosecution has satisfied you beyond reasonable doubt on these 2 points. Now, another point which bears on the question of menaces. When the House of Lords made its July decision, which changed the status of many legal residents of this country to that of illegal immigrants with no right in law to remain here, they added a rider that the Home Secretary should exercise discretion. If there were compassionate grounds, such as a family, then a more lenient view might be taken. Thus it follows that the threat of exposure to the police, if it was made, though unpleasant, would by no means start an irresistible process of law culminating in Mr. Ali's expulsion from these shores. You will now retire and consider your verdict.
All stand. Members of the jury, will your foreman please stand? Just answer this question, yes or no. Have you reached a verdict on which you are all agreed?
Yes.
Do you find the accused, Mr. Mohammad Aslam, guilty or not guilty of blackmail?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of you all?
It is.
Mr. Aslam, you have been found guilty, and in my opinion rightly so, of the crime of blackmail. In the circumstances, there can be no question of leniency. You are exploiting the miseries and misfortunes of your fellow countrymen in a minority section of the community, men who originally came to you in need. On this charge, you will go to prison for 5 years. Take him down.
Next week, a chance for you to join another jury when our cameras return to watch a leading case in the Crown Court.